Hi everyone and welcome back. Pop-up at Oxford Street for Talk Money Week. Don't forget, all week we're encouraging people to talk about any money worries they might have and either visit us in store for free impartial advice or call us on free phone 0800 808 5700. This is our last webinar of Talk Money Week and I'm delighted to be joined by David and the team for the Department for Work and Pensions to speak around their plans for jobs in this webinar this afternoon. I'm going to hand straight over to David. All yours. Thanks, David.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you very much. Yes, as Matt said, we're here to talk about Plan for Jobs, which has been helping Londoners and people across the nation now for quite some time. One of the biggest parts of that is probably Kickstart, and I know we have a video that we're going to show you in a moment before I introduce the rest of the team, which will just tell you a little bit about what it's all about and how it can help particularly our young people in this instance.
Can the Kickstart scheme help you? The Kickstart scheme is helping a wide range of employers create thousands of government-funded job placements for young people. Who is it for? It is for 16 to 24-year-old universal credit claimants who need additional work experience to improve their chances of getting a job. How will it help me? The job placement will last for 6 months, and while you are on it, you will get paid at least 25 hours a week at the national minimum wage, or national living wage, depending on how old you are. What else is in it for me? In England, you may be able to progress onto an apprenticeship with the same employer. The employer will support you to improve your chances of getting a permanent job. This support would be tailored to you and might include developing your skills in the workplace, career advice, help with CV writing and preparing for interviews. The Kickstart scheme is an example of the support available to you through your job centre. Speak to your work coach to discuss what might best suit your needs.
Welcome back to the pop-up shop. I hope that showed you a little bit about the Kickstart scheme and how that's helping thousands of our young people. One of our specialists and our absolute diamond in this particular field is my colleague here, Bola, who, apart from, amongst other things, coordinates the events, particularly around Kickstart as well as a lot of our job fairs. Bola, can you tell us something about some of the events you've had recently and how they've helped people?
Thank you, David, for your very kind words, and thank you for the warm welcome to DEC London. It's been amazing. We've been here for the last few days, and it's just a great opportunity to talk about what we do best. We at the Department for Work and Pensions, we work with various partners, various employers to support young people into phenomenal opportunities. And Kickstart landed last year, December, as an amazing opportunity created by the Chancellor of Exchequer to support young people into brand new created jobs. And we're not just talking about everyday young people, we're looking at young people that might be at risk of long-term unemployment or young people that are quite vulnerable and need that little extra to support to start their first job. So as David, my colleague, just mentioned, thousands of amazing opportunities ranging from hospitality all the way to marketing, IT, whatever sector you could imagine, Kickstart has it. And every week I work with a colleague called Tim, he's here with me right now, and we've organised some amazing events. We're looking at the Mayfair Hotel, we're looking at Box Park Croydon, Box Park Wembley, with about 85 employers showing up and 700 young people all attending, signing up for jobs on the spot and getting into work straight away. Do you want to tell us a little bit about
It's a great feeling to see young people getting the Kickstart placements, and the confidence that it gives the young person is a considerable source of job satisfaction to know that you're helping young people develop a positive future and help them develop skills to help them in their later life. So it's a great thing.
And then Tim, would you say the atmosphere at these events quite exhilarating, quite exciting? The employers come on with splendid arrays of opportunities, as well as tell us a bit about the excitement you've experienced at one of the most recent events we've had.
Absolutely. I mean, it's very buzz. There's a buzz in the air. I mean, there's a lot of excitement. You can feel the tension in the air about the young people. Are they going to get a job? And then they walk out of the doors with a job. It's excellent.
And a massive smile on their face.
Indeed.
And back to you, David.
Thank you. One of the other parts of Plan for Jobs, which is open to all age ranges and is a really good way of moving people into new sectors quite often. If they've come out of one particular sector, they can't get back into that, and that's the Sector-Based Work Academy programme. And this particular one has been adapted since the pandemic to try and help move people in. There are three parts to it. There is some pre-employment training, which gives them some useful, valid training. They then have some work experience. Sometimes this is done online, sometimes this is done face-to-face, and this gives them a bit of a feel for how that particular job environment is, what it's like to work there, what the other people are like, what people do. And then it's finished off with probably the best part of all, which is they have a guaranteed job interview. And very often that will lead them into work with that employer in a completely new sector. I don't know whether or not, Bola, you've had quite a lot of experience of working with swaps as well, I know.
Yes.
Have you found anything in particular? I know you've done some in particular categories and sectors.
Yes, TfL is one of our biggest fans when it comes to swaps. They recently did something for women into engineering. So once again, great opportunities for all ages, not just Kickstart, as we said, for our plan for jobs. We've got JETS, we've got swaps. And we also work with a very difficult group of people with challenges that will struggle with getting into work, and that's because they've been in
We have people that have a lot of difficulties. They may have been in prison, they may have illnesses and health conditions. Certainly with people who have been in prison, there are stigmas which we work with employers to overcome as well. And we have within the prisons we have staff in there which actually worked on the employment side to get people their training to go into roles. We work with employers on the outside as well, and employer brokers, and really getting those people so when they come out they can get into work and don't reoffend. And if someone goes into prison on a short sentence, we will actually work with if they've got a current employer, we'll work with their employer to keep that job open for them. And these are people who have a really difficult time of it, and that does help sort of underpin that as well from there.
And when it comes to the events, Ian, you've hosted many job fairs in prisons, haven't you?
We have. It's a lot of the resettlement prisons which release into the community. We will have job fairs there. We will get employers in. We work with the education departments in there. They have various things. So, for example, where I'm based, where they have barbering, they have tailoring. There's those who work in the kitchen. There's some of the prisons do things like radio and communications. Others do decorating. And certainly in Pentonville, where I'm based, we work with a local painting and decorating firm, so they can let people out into training and actually into work, and they will actually place people in work as well. There's a lot of opportunities in there, yes.
Fantastic. So handing back to David, would you say in our plan for jobs agenda there is something for everyone?
Absolutely. I think anybody from any walk of life, there's help out there for people. Even at the moment there are skills boot camps that have been running. This can be up to 16 weeks of training, quite often delivered online. Some of them are face-to-face. There are a huge amount, particularly in the digital sector, which is the digital and tech sector is a huge sector here in London and the South East in particular, and that's something that again can help people move into that. There are some green boot camps that are coming up soon, which will be on sustainable and eco-friendly types of careers. Lots of opportunities. Certainly with the Kickstart side of things, I know, Tim, you work with the employers, helping them to fill their vacancies. The variety, I have to say, of employers and opportunities has been absolutely incredible.
From all sectors, from IT to finance to marketing to hospitality.
Yeah, it's really good. That's really good. There's so much out there that I think we can help with, and we're also there to help with people's benefits while they're waiting to find themselves into their new career. Ian, I know you know a fair bit about Universal Credit itself.
Yeah, certainly. Universal Credit, all this is underpinned by Universal Credit from the benefits side, because Universal Credit makes it much easier moving into work, moving around in work, moving in and out of work, because it's replaced the old legacy benefits of job seekers allowance, employment support allowance, income support, tax credits, housing benefit. And so instead of having to sort of come off one benefit and maybe open and claim something else where you're starting work, you stay on the same thing. You stay on universal credit. It makes it much easier. It's much smoother. It's also designed to make sure that work pays, that actually people are better off. Because one of the great things about universal credit is that there is a sliding taper. So as you earn, you don't automatically lose everything. And one of the things that's changed recently is that taper rate has altered so that for every pound anyone earns, they keep 45 pence, so that 55 pence is taken off. So they keep 45 pence for every pound they earn, and as that gradually slides down. Now, and because it includes people's housing costs, that could be quite a long way down before it gets down to the point that something is zero. So it is really good at actually making sure that it's easier to get into work. There's no 16-hour rule anymore. It is better off. You're not caught in a position where actually if I take this job and I lose these benefits, actually I'm going to be worse off. You do get that extra because of that taper rule, which is really, really good.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you. I think that's probably everything from ourselves. Bola, have you got anything that you wanted to add?
Yeah, just to say thank you so much to DEP London for inviting us this week. We've had an incredible time. We'd like to tell our audience that it's a candidates market. There's 2 million jobs out there. We're working together as the DWP on our Race to Jobs, Plan for Jobs agenda to support everyone into work through the brilliant, amazing programmes that you've heard about today. So thank you, DEP London, and enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tim. Big thank you again to David, Bola, Tim and Ian there for sharing their plans for jobs. If you haven't got any questions, do remember we are open tomorrow as well, Saturday at 58 Oxford Street. That's the Tottenham Court Road end of Oxford Street, just a few doors down from Primark. Visit the team from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. all day tomorrow. And if you can't make it in person, all of the webinars that we've been sending out this week are available on our YouTube channel, and you can call the team on 0800 808 5700, because we know when we do talk about money and share our issues, it really is a problem halved. To end today, we want to share some feedback that we've received from our clients. Thanks for watching.
Dear Debt-Free London.
Hello, Debt-Free London.
Dear Debt-Free London.
Hello, Debt-Free London.
I've been really struggling with my financial problems and until recently just wanted to disappear as I could see no way out. But with the support and advice I've had, I can see at least a glimmer of peace of mind. The fact that someone is actually trying to help and advise, showing genuine concern and support, it motivates me to actually talk and communicate with my debtors.
I recently faced hard times regarding a £9,000 debt when I was advised to speak to you by one of my friends. To keep things short, my advisor Uzma from your team at Hammersmith and Fulham called me back and was impressively calm and collected. She listened to the whole story and gave me advice on how to deal with paying back the debt in manageable manner.
I owe some money and my advisor Vandana has helped me to handle the entire situation. I am not a permanent resident here. My advisor advised me what options I have. How should I proceed the matter with creditor?
I had a very good experience with Jamie, an amazing guy who really made me feel at ease. He was also very helpful, and most especially, he understood where I was coming from.
Alfred was very kind, patient and thorough when giving me the advice and information on what I could do and what options were available regarding my debts. He definitely went above and beyond to help me.
My debt problems were having a disastrous effect on my mental health and were only going to descend further. The help I was given by your colleagues at the Mary Ward Legal Centre were instrumental in getting the debt vultures off my back and getting me essential breathing space to sort it out. The sharp practices by the debt agencies stopped almost immediately when they became aware of their involvement.
If it were not for you, no one would have listened to my story. I am very grateful for your time and hard work.
I would highly recommend Debt-Free London to my family and friends, especially during these times. It was a helpful answer to my prayers.
Thank you so much, Adam.
Ironically, I will forever be indebted to Debt Free London for all your help. Jerry.
All my thanks, Sarah.
Thank you, Debt Free London. Saika.
Thank you, Christian.
Thank you for everything, Neil.